Hey everybody, what is going on? CanadianFlash here, guys, and today everybody, I'm going to be breaking down the new photos, videos, tweets, chats, in-game screenshots that have been revealed from the latest blog post this month. This would be the 2020 April blog post, and we got a bunch of new gameplay and really cool building opportunities to look at in this video, so we're going to strip everything down and search for all we can. Hytale has spoiled us again with yet another first-person view clip, where we can actually for a moment pretend that we're finally playing in the game. One of the first things that I noticed is obviously the equipped wheel. It showed us for the first time how the offhand works. Inside, you can see a cobalt shield and a set of torches. The snow particles look incredibly natural to the game's overall art style and truly make the game feel cold. An interesting thing to note is that the cave is full of fog that the player's eyes have to adjust to. As they use torches, we get another glimpse of the dynamic lighting. You can hear a low rumble in the background of the clip, and it truly adds to the atmosphere. The player takes a leap onto a snowy pillar, basically tries some parkour, and then he lands. You can see a puff of smoke come up from the bottom of their feet. When you look around the cave, you can see more of a glimmer of an ore in the distance, maybe iron. But one of the most interesting aspects that I've noticed personally, and a lot of other people noticed, is that you can turn torches on and off by clicking F, or maybe you can set it to a different keybind. The next video is the video of the guy battling the torque, and I have a lot of stuff to point out in this video, so let's get right into it. The second video gives us insight on how we can expect the aggro range of a torque or similar mob to be. Notice the back of the torque is facing you in this video. This could potentially mean that a torque has a shorter aggro range when he's not looking towards you, but then that could also mean there's a possibility that mobs can have a longer aggro range if they're facing in your direction. The line of sight aggression would be an interesting aspect for stealth. One of the devs' reasons to show this clip is likely because they know that for their marketing for PvP to the players. For those unaware, shields completely destroy PvP because they block 100% of the damage. In this clip, they make a point showing that how the shield reduces damage. As you can see, the player takes damage, but it's like less, and when he doesn't, flash the shield in time, he takes like 50% of his health. So it's kind of really cool how that could work. This will likely be a raw number of damage, not just a percentage reduction for balancing, and it kind of looks like when he uses the shield, he takes 15% or 25% damage, which is a quarter of his health, and then when he doesn't have it, it takes 50%. So just keep that in mind, guys. The player's weapon is clearly overgeared as he two-shots the torque, so don't expect the combat to truly look like this, and it was more of a demo on the equipped wheel and shield. It was also a nice demo on the regeneration of food. One thing that is noticed is the wild beast meat. It is likely a general drop for animals without specific meats, allowing for like a cleaner inventory management. Also kind of just looks like a shish kebab. You can just probably stick a bunch of meat on a stick and then eat it. Food won't only be the only healing though. Noxy tweeted that there is a hunger system. So the status icons for hunger and effects don't appear when someone is full. So there is no reason to have a hunger bar on your screen. Noxy, I'll show the tweet on the screen. He also mentions that they're considering letting you toggle the hunger bar to appear. Some of you may have noticed that the hit animation scene in the trailer is gone. I'll show you on the screen. It has like a little like white little like exclamation things, all that. Noxy mentioned that it's just nearly a bug, and they're trying to work it out, so that's why it's not in the clip. They were considering redoing this clip a couple times too, just so they can like add that. There is one more thing that I want to say about this clip. Someone on Twitter, DAGamer57, he says in the background there's like a little like a black thing crawling around, and it has like little white eyes, and you can see it moving in the background. I'll try to zoom in as much as I can on it, try to get the best resolution, but let me know what you think this is in the comments, because we personally think it's a skunk, but we're not too sure. The final video shows Propsy working on a modern looking house with the built-in creation tools. Firstly, we notice the modern looking fence blocks, and then it pans to a realistic window planes. The most notable aspect of this video is how the roof blocks can be placed onto a roof of a house. In this video, we can see when the roof blocks are not able to be placed, it'll be glowing red, and when a block is able to be placed, it'll be glowing green. But then also, there is also like an ability to like maybe toggle that, because the ones after that aren't glowing red or green. Maybe you can hit like a keybind or something, and then it switches on the red and green. There are also a different variant of slopes that you can have on a roof. Some have more curvature than others to give the house a more realistic feel. You can see the difference of variants of roofing slopes on the screenshot here. Also, did you catch that there are garage doors and mailboxes? It's just the little things like this that can bring some scene to life when you're building or making like your own like neighborhood. Now we're going to move on to the in-game screenshots that we see. The first two images were shown or created by Dark Ace. These two images showcase new blocks into a towering coastal fortress with a pirate ship. Upon gazing this image, one thing that really catches my eye is the cutlass. It is the weapon that the pirate-clothed player is holding. It has an extremely polished look, and that gold hilt looks fantastic. Another thing is the purple glow seen from the tower. It looks like it could be some type of magical plant, though the resolution is too low, so I can't really say anything is definite at this point. Picture 2 is like more zoomed in on the boat and the tower. The second image from Dark Ace is off the boat and castle, but a more zoomed in and it is taken later at night. The ice in the water reflects the northern lights to create an amazing effect, and the background we can see probably what looks to be some sort of castle or maybe an Outlander village, who knows, or it also could be that building up scene from the trailer. I'm not too sure. After these two images, we get really nice screenshots of a flower garden and a little marketplace. So the flower garden screenshot demonstrates some of the things that you might see with like different flora regions in Hytale you can find and decorate with. You can see branches from the distance. A nice reminder that sitting is also an option in Hytale. In the centerpiece, a horse statue stands tall and detailed, really putting the garden together. One thing I really noticed, and I saw other people point this out too, is that the way that the water flows is pretty much identical to Minecraft. As you can see, if you zoom in on like the fountain of the horse, the water is like blocky too. So that's just pretty much the same way that Minecraft water flows. The next image is an in-game screenshot of a street or road view for what it looks like to be a little marketplace from the image or flower garden. One of the first things that catches my eye was the cheese and salads placed on every single like little booth. It just gives a little more realistic feel, and it's kind of cool. Maybe people are just trying to sell their cheese, or maybe there's farmers just going down there maybe selling bread or something. Hypixel truly put a lot of effort and detail into the decorative part of this game, and I'm so excited to see what all the builders and creators just have to do in the future for this. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Raven's gothic approach by designing and creating a mansion in the Forbidden Hillside. The first image shows a more gothic theme, showing dead trees and a darker, more eerie setting. A few of the things that I picked up on in this image were the Zone 4 Fire Crystal. Though this is not confirmed to be the Zone 4 Fire Crystal, it looks very similar, and it is the exact same design as the other three crystals that we see in the game. There's also another crystal in like the top of the house, and it is purple, so it could be maybe a Zone 5 or Zone 6 crystal, we're not too sure. There's also a bunch of different dead trees and little things pointing out of the ground. There's lava. Really just makes it look like it is in a Zone 4 setting, and I really like this image. This is personally one of my favorite ones that we get to see in this blog post. There's not too much to say about the next image. The Forbidden Hillside does show the dead branches in the same systems as leaves, having present textures, but together they're all just randomly located that just make it look like it's like a daytime version of that same picture before. And now we're moving on to the last three things in this blog post, and one of them is going to be the pagoda, or pagoda, not really sure how to say it, but it is like that Asian themed looking structure. It is really awesome. It is absolutely beautiful. The architecture and design features of this are absolutely stunning. If this is a random, I know it's not a randomly generated structure in the game, but if this is a randomly generated structure, oh my god, this is going to be fantastic. Like, imagine just walking up and you see this giant thing just spawn and you're like, wow, looks absolutely phenomenal. And also in the first image, you also get to see that ninja. Looks pretty cool. We're going to move on to the second image of the pagoda, I'm sorry if I say this wrong. The second image of the pagoda is more zoomed out image of the first one. The first thing I noticed is the amazing fog effects, but other than that, there's really not too much to take note of in this video or in this image. But there is one thing that I saw other people point out on Reddit and Twitter. And if you zoom on to the most left structure, you zoom in a lot, you get to see the ninja guy he's just all blacked out in this one, but you get to see him, his little shadow just on top of the little pagoda. It's like he's trying to raid it or something. It's kind of cool. And last but not least, we're going to take a look at the little clip or the background video of what the Zone 4 caves can be like. We got this in that new soundtrack, and obviously the first thing that everybody takes a note of is the animated cave raptor in this video. The cave raptor looks absolutely phenomenal, and it really looks like the way that Chironic and Danny, by the way, made it. Once again, I'll put an image of theirs on the screen comparing it. It was in my breakdown, it was in my game, the blog post review video, but it'll be in this one too. There's also there's a really cool like effect in the Zone 4 caves. It's absolutely phenomenal. I love how there's different layers. We all know that the layers are there. We all know there's gonna be layers. There's 4 layers to the caves, but this really just takes it to detail. You see actually how big the layers of each cave are. So I'm really wondering how far down do these caves go. We're not really too sure, but the bottom, there could be lava, could be water. We're not too sure. But this is actually a really cool thing that we get to see our first dinosaur, like, that's actually moving. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It'll be greatly appreciated. Also, if you're still watching, comment wall, like a wall like that's protecting you from the outside, because I'm looking at my wall right now. So yeah, that's all. If I did miss anything, make sure to comment it down below. I'll make sure to heart your comment and comment back to it saying thank you, I love you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.